this is Kara and my channel Run Braves. I'm really in the videoing mood today because it's like my third or fourth video. I changed into my pajamas, so it'll look a little different. Today I guess this video, I'm going to talk about different types of pads that work best for different types of underwear. I'm sure I don't have every type of underwear out here, but I think I covered everything that I often wear, I guess. So I'm going to start out with thongs. There are a couple different types of thongs and a couple different types of thong pads. I'm going to start with a G-string type of thong first. I guess the underwear isn't really that important, but a G-string is just a type of thong that has a single string instead of a strip. And this is the pad I typically wear with a G-string. I just came up with this design like a couple weeks ago, I guess, and I got to try it on my last cycle. I made a couple of them. So they're just made extra small. I think this is a tiny bit shorter than 4 inches, and it just makes it extra small to be able to fit in the underwear comfortably and not be able to be seen through any clothing. I'm going to kind of try to go through these pretty fast. And then the next type I have is just a regular thong, have it be that shape or that shape with the like sides that are like that. And I just have 2 of just kind of general shaped thong pads. They're different sizes, but you can just kind of pick and choose with what you're wearing and what's comfortable for you. Then next up I have, this one's kind of specific to the pad. It's a regular thong pad, so it's just a higher absorbency, and I would recommend a kind of underwear that's a little bit, I don't know, wider through the part that's in the back, and it has a little bit more stretch, so it can kind of hold the thicker part in where it's supposed to go. Otherwise it's just kind of uncomfortable, and it can get like offset off to the side, and then you can see it if, for instance, you're wearing like leggings or really tight skinny jeans or a skirt or anything like that. Next up I have really narrow gusseted underwear. I normally do wear really narrow gusseted underwear. So yeah, this is just an example, and then I have a couple pad brands that are really narrow. So Period Attire is one. She's not the narrowest, but she is very narrow. And she does have a wide style too, but just her narrow style, her original style. And then the first narrow style I ever ran into was Artful Angelfish. She is a little bit more narrow than Period Attire, as you can see there. And she does have a different pad shape, really unique. And then the next one I have is Honor Your Flow. She makes very small pads. She makes larger pads as well, but she goes down to a very small size. This is just a liner, but I do have a moderate pad from her, and you can get it in a really narrow style as well. The next up I have is a type of underwear where the butt portion is a little bit baggier. Normally, I've heard it been recommended that you have tighter fitting underwear for cloth pads, and that is normally true, but there are some brands that it can work out for you to wear baggy underwear with them, and it doesn't really matter as long as they're not stiff. So Novel Red, specifically her curved style in a longer length, very flexible and comfortable, and you can wear it with a baggier pair of underwear with no problem at all. And the next one I have is Chelsea B Creations. This is just kind of an example of multiple types of pads. Hers is just the type where it's a fleece back, and then the top is just stitched around. There's no turning and top stitching involved. I know Domino pads and Crafty Cloth maybe are 2 other brands that have this particular style. They're just really flexible, and it'll just mold to your body, and it won't matter that your underwear are a little bit looser. Alright, next up is just regular briefed underwear. These are kind of the highest brief that I could find. obviously they're higher, but it doesn't really matter the height. And these are just kind of a regular gusseted underwear. So these are my favorite, or some of my favorite, just all-around brands. Pink Daisy, amazing pads. They're not too creative, just a colorful back and then a plain whatever top fabric you pick top. And it's just an all-around good pad. You can wear it with almost any type of underwear. And then, yeah, it just works out great. You can also wear it with the baggier underwear because it's really flexible. This is a light flow. I haven't tried any other absorbency. The next up I have is a green cycle pad. Hers is the wraparound wing style. It's very rounded, as you can see. And so this style doesn't work the greatest with baggier underwear because it's the kind that's a liner specifically stitched on there. Like it's made specifically separate is what I'm trying to say, and then stitched on. So it's a little bit stiffer. And then you obviously can't wear it with a thong, and it's a little bit wider, so you can't wear it with the narrow underwear. Well, I guess you could. Next up I have boy shorts, have it be just a regular cotton style or a more lacy type. I have picked these which are Charlie Banana, and I know Happy Heinies are a similar design. My mom has a couple of those. They're a little bit more baggy underneath. I know Pink Lemonade is another good example of that, and the bagginess is not a bad thing because when it folds up, it comes in. But it does allow for the looser bottom portion. It just lets it have a little bit more room, and so you don't necessarily need a wider pad, you just need to have the wings a little bit looser. And another one I brought was Little Bee Creations. She makes a little bit wider pads. They are a little bit stiffer, especially as you wash them more. I use vinegar as a fabric softener, so mine have stayed nice and soft still. I'm gonna try to keep moving here. I have one type left, and this is going to be the type of underwear required for postpartum or overnight pads, or if you are just wearing a longer pad for whatever reason, if you just like it or whatever. So this is an Artful Angelfish. It's 15 inches, a little bit stiffer since it's an overnight absorbency. And then I have another Green Cycle pads, and this is 13 inches. And again, it's the wraparound style with the stitched on soaker layer, so it is a little bit stiffer. And for these, I would say you probably want underwear that's tight to start out, and then it has a back that comes up a little bit further in the back. It just keeps everything held together so your pad doesn't slide around at all. Alright, so that's it. Sorry for kind of rushing through that. I just had a lot of stuff I wanted to get through, and I didn't want this video to be ridiculously long. You can subscribe if you would like to keep up with the rest of my videos, see any future ones I have coming out, and thank you for watching!